150,000 soldiers in one day, 7,000 ships, over 1,000 warships, 2,000 aircraft.
Britain's defence chief recalls the heroics of D-Day on the 6th of June 1944. Frozen in time on a giant map at Southwark House in Hampshire, where a lot of the planning was done.
If called upon today, would the nation respond in the same way as they did back in 80 years ago?
Absolutely. I think our nation has got that pride, that commitment.
He drew similarities between Allied action against the Nazis in World War II and how nations today are rallying together to help Ukraine counter Russia's invasion.
It's a war of economies, it's a war of logistics, it's a war of industrial production, it's a war of political will, it's all of those things for the simplicity of bringing peace back to the people of Ukraine.
How confident are you that Ukraine will endure and will succeed?
I'm hugely confident. By the end of June, Russia will have lost 500,000 people killed and wounded. We are already past 800 days for a war that Putin anticipated to be 3 days long. And this is tough for Ukraine, but we have to maintain our support.
With an election underway, the military chief wouldn't be drawn on UK defence matters. But he did talk about the significance of this moment, when Iran launched hundreds of missiles and drones at Israel that were intercepted with help from the US, the UK and others.
I don't think our potential adversaries would have been able to respond in the way that you saw on the evening of April the 13th.
So you don't think Beijing or Moscow could have done that?
I think the US leadership and the proficiency that we have with our allies is at a level above our potential foes.
As Britain and its allies prepare to remember D-Day, the Admiral says he doesn't think another world war is imminent, despite hostility, in particular from Vladimir Putin's Russia.
Putin does not want a war with NATO. Putin does not want a nuclear war. And we have enormous overmatch because of the strength of NATO.
Yet, with Ukraine still a war zone, the risk of wider conflict returning to Europe surely remains. Deborah Haynes, Sky News.